Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and this is brilliant today. We've got a puzzle by an 11-year-old from their math class. I will get to the story in a moment. Stick around. It's brilliant, I think. Now, first of all, we've got our Patreon reward is out now on Patreon. Join us there and you can play the Snack Doku 100 Puzzle Fest. It is absolutely fantastic. We've had loads of correct answers already, so it is not that hard and that long a marathon. It really is more of a middle distance race, and or maybe a series of 100 short sprints would be a more accurate description. Check it out. It's going to be great fun. Now, we've also, of course, got loads going on, loads going on around the channel. We've got all our apps. Check those out. We've got our big Kickstarter still underway. There is still time to register for that. The links are all under the video, along with those for Sven's Sudoku Pad and our merchandise. Still time to buy the holiday merch. Do think about it. Now, Math Pesto, who will be a name familiar to those of you who watch the channel regularly, a fantastic constructor, is a math teacher, I believe, and has a class of 11-year-olds who have been being taught variant Sudoku. Well, I mean, I couldn't think of a better use of school time or their own time or whatever it is, because I think it's wonderful that the gospel is being spread. And they've obviously got as far. Calculo, the creator of this puzzle, who is in that class, has obviously got as far as German whispers and thermos. And let's see how the puzzle that he's constructed is. I'm afraid I don't know anything about Calculo apart from his age, which seems to me incredible. The normal question I ask at this time is, what were you doing aged 11? It probably wasn't anything this good. It certainly wasn't for me. Anyway, give it a try on the link under the video. See what you think of it, and I will go through the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along a thermo increase from the bulb, so we're getting bigger as we go that way, or as we go down that way, or as we go up that way. Adjacent digits on a green line differ by 5 or more. So those two could be 1 and 6, or 1 and 9, or 4 and 9, say, but they couldn't be 3 and 7, the pair I normally have the most trouble with. So those are the rules. That's all we get. Of course, I'm sure you're familiar with German whispers and thermos yourselves, but let's see how Calculo has combined them, and let's get cracking. Right. Okay, there's a few things that you need to know about German whispers in case you haven't run into them before. You can't put a 5 on a German whisper because the next digit couldn't fulfill the rule. If you put 4 and 6 on them, there's only one possible neighbour for each of those digits. And the consequence of not having 5 on is that along a line, digits must alternate between higher than 5 and lower than 5 to keep obeying the rule. So on this line, we could colour some of the cells yellow and some of them purple. And they're alternating, and oh, that's really lovely. Right, that is going to give us a way in. That's very pretty, and it's because, I hope you see this, the yellow and purple sit together on a, well no, they don't sit together, but they sit on separate thermos, but they're each at the start of a 4-cell thermo. So one of them is a high digit. So think about that. I don't know which one it is, but the high digit must be a 6 with a 6, 7, 8, 9 thermo. And the 6 will be next to a 1 on the whisper line. Oh, we meant to know which is the 6. Yes, we are. Okay, it's very obvious. Sorry, I hadn't seen it. Right, if this was a 6, that's fine for this line. This can be 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think this green thing's Oh, no, it's not fine, actually, for the green line. That's not what I saw. There are two ways to see that this isn't the 6, I reckon. If that was a 7, which it would have to be if that was a 6, this cell would be 1 or 2, obeying the German whisper rule. But it can't be 1 or 2 and obey the thermo rule. It's the third cell on the thermo, so that's not 6. Now, the way I actually saw it was, if that was a 6, all of these are purple, high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's too many purples in a row. So once you've isolated to high digits being 1, 2, 3, 4, to high digits being 6, 7, 8, 9, and low digits being 1, 2, 3, 4, you know that there'll be 4 of each in every row, column, and box by Sudoku rules. So that is not the 6, and the point is this is the 6 down here. We now know that yellow's colour represents high, so I'm going to make them orange, and for contrast we'll make purple blue, which is our low colour. Next to the 6 we get a 1. Now, it doesn't tell us anything about this, but it does tell us all about this thermo, 7, 8, 9 there. Now we've got, well, I was going to say 1, 2, or 3 here, but again, we've got to obey the thermo rule. So 2 or 3, 1 or 2 on the bulb to be lower. This is a 9. It sees all the other high cells in its box. That is not very restrictive. This is 2 or 3. Now, this is a position where you couldn't put 4 or 6 because its two neighbours see each other, and those prurient neighbours won't allow themselves to be the same as each other. So 2 or 3 there because it can't be a 4. This is 6, 7 or 8. Can't be a 6 because its neighbours see each other. This one is 1, 2 or 3. This one could be any high digit at the moment, even 6, because its neighbours don't see each other this time. Right, I did spot this early on, and then I got carried away talking about other things. Where does 5 go in row 3? There is only one cell that it hasn't got a green line in it, and that therefore has to be the 5. And that places 5 in box 5. Then we get a 5 in one of these two in box 8. Oh, and look, that 5 limits 5 in box 4. Oh, it's a good thing we did this work first, before I did this 5 stuff, or I might not have come back to it at the right time. This must now be a 5. That fixes 5 here. We've already got 4 5s in the grid now. 2, 3, and 4 there. We've got another 5 to come somewhere at the top of column 3. Now, 2, 3, and 4 there says that one of these two is a 4. And it can't be there, because that would need a 9 on its German whisper line. So we get the 4. Oh, I can colour that, of course. Blue. In fact, I can colour all of those blue. Why not? Everything but 5 will get a colour if I carry on with the colouring, and I think I might well do that in this puzzle. These are both low, of course, because they're on whispers, and they're not 9, 8, 7, 6. So their counterparts on their whisper lines are high. And I have no more conclusions from that. 6, 7, or 8 there means that's 1, 2, or 3. We've got a triple there. That must be high because it's not a 5, and we've got all the 4 odds in the box. Just looking around at the 5s to see what else they're telling us. There's a very nice flow to this puzzle, by the way. It's very elegantly done, I think. Oh, that's lovely. This cell is on a German whisper, so it is not a 5, obviously. It's high or low, that's the point. Now, can that be low? It's a beautiful question, because if that was low, look, we've already had a low digit there. That would have to be low to be lower than that on the thermo. This would have to be the 4, but that's not possible because both of these would have to be 9. And in fact, that one can't be 9 all on its own. So that is not low. That is therefore high. And the higher digit on its thermo is higher still. So that high is 6 or 6. No, it can't be 6. That high has to be a 7. It can't be 6 because they see each other and can't both be 1s. And if it was any higher than 7, you couldn't fill this in. That's brilliant. So 7 has to be flanked by 1, 2. They're the only digits it can touch on a line. Now, the low digit on this line is a 3 or a 4. So the only possible candidates are 3, 4, 8, and 9. Oh, and that applies now. That applies to this one, and that can't have a 4 on. So it's definitely got a 3 on it, and it is an either 8 or 9. I was going to say, and that's the other of 8 or 9, but still, I'd forgotten that I did announce that could be a 6. Now, what's going on down here? This one, I don't know, because I don't know what the colour of those cells is. What do I know here? Okay, I know that that's not a 4. So 4's in one of 2 places in this box. Oh, that's nearly getting stuff done. Don't know anything about this line. 4, 9, 1, 2, 3. These digits are from 5, 6, 7, 8 because of the 1, 2, 3 triple that's gone in the box. That one we know is not a 5. So 1 and 9 are both up in these cells. Wow, what do you do next, Calculo? It's been a very good flow up to this point, and it may be just my slowness that's not seeing the further beautiful flow. How about this column? Right, where does 6 go in column 6? I can whack that in at the top. Not a candidate in those cells, not available for that. Is there some interplay between these that I'm not reading here? I don't see what it is. This is any low digit. There's another one here. There's another low digit here. This row, we only know for sure the polarity of those 3. And that's not going to help us determine how this one goes, I don't think. I mean, there's some elimination by given digits in this box, and there's some elimination by thermo rules. I think that has to be an even 2, 4, or 6, but I can't colour it, and I don't really know what it is. This one, okay, I'm going to pencil mark that, 3, 4, 6, or 8. This one, 4, 7, 8, or 9. That doesn't butter my proverbial parsnips at all. Wow, what do we do next? I don't know what's going on here. If there was a 3 on this thermo, that would have to be 3 on that thermo. Oh, there is a 3 on that thermo, so that's not 3. And there is a 1 in these cells from this 1, 2, 3 triple. So that is 2, 3, or 4. This, well, it never could be 6. So that's 7, 8, or 9. That didn't really get it done. There is a 4 in one of these 3 cells. It's quite liable to end up in the blue one, I reckon. 6, 1. This is 3, 4, 8, or 9. It's whatever is... It's different polarity from that, because it's whatever's not in those 3. One of these is a 3, one of these 2 in this box, and they both see this cell. That's very pretty. So that's an 8, and that isn't. Now one of these has to be an 8 by Sudoku. Yeah, that's not an 8. So that's now become a 3-8 pair. Now, we can't have an 8 on this one, because that would have to be a 3-8 pair by the whisper rule, and that would break this cell. So there is a 9 here. Now this can't be a 9. There is a 9 here, so that's not a 9, and this isn't a 4 as a result. Now we've got a 1, 2, 3 triple here, and that is a 5, 4 pair. This is 6 or 9. We've got 3, 8 there. 5, 3, 8, 1, 2, 7. This can't be 2 anymore because of the hasn't been able to be that for ages. I just didn't notice. This is 4, 6 or 9, and one of these two is a 9. Now, same sort of principle as with one of these being a 3 maybe applies to one of these being a 3, because that's going to put either 8 there or 9 there, definitely, maybe both. But in neither case can this be an 8, because we'd have an 8, 9 at the end of this thermo. It doesn't really do anything, it's just quite pretty. I still don't know what's going on here. What about this? I haven't really looked at this. Oh, that is only 2, 3, 6 or 7 by Sudoku. Actually, that's 2, 3 or 7. One of these is a 6. And that means one of these two is a 1, which would be quite interesting if there was a 1 candidate in any of those cells, and there isn't. What else can this be? This can't be 2, 3 or 4. It actually can't... Oh, we've had the 8. This is now a 5, 6, 7 triple. So this is a 1, 8, 9 triple. So 2 or 3 could go with either 8 or 9. 6 or 7 could go with 1. And that doesn't get a lot done. Now, what else can we do? I haven't used this 4-cell line at all. Ah, 4 is somewhere in this group of cells. And that means 9 is also in this group of cells, I reckon. So if 4 was there, that would be a 9. Oh no, I was going to say by Sudoku you'd have to have a 9 here. That's not necessarily true, because there is a candidate 9 over there. Okay, let's ponder that again. Oh, it's simple. If this was a 9, where would 4 go in this row? It would have to be in one of these cells next to a 9. Another 9, not allowed. So that's not a 9. This is low. That is a 9. And high, along with that 6, which I never coloured before. Now, that can't be a 9. That's not going to help us. And let's think some more about this row. So if 4 is out here, it's with 9. That's kind of what I'm learning gradually. That would stop this being a 9. Ah. What if that is 7? Then this is 8. Then the only high digits available for this line are 6 and 9. Oh no, they don't... Wow, you couldn't have a 6 in the middle. 6 only has 2 candidate places in the line, there and there. Oh, I'll tell you what, if that was 2, we've got a problem. If that was 2, this is 7, that's 3, that's 8, that's 4. I mean, that's very dictatorial of the whole of row 3. Oh, and it's stopped. Oh, right. I think maybe it comes down to if this isn't a 6, where is 6 in this row? It's going to have to be there. Then that has to be a 1. And now you've got too many high digits. Isn't that pretty? If that's not a 6, 6 is there, and then those have to be high on the alternation basis, and because you've put a 1 next to the 6, you've got 8 or 9 in the first cell of the row, and you've got 5 high cells. So that is not a 6. Wow, that is quite complicated. That's a 7, that's an 8. That feeds down to there. The 7 comes out of those candidates. I don't say it doesn't do anything else. Now... Oh, hang on. Have I got this the wrong way round? Now I have literally created the situation I said wasn't allowed, where 6 is there and that's high as well, and that's high. So I did get that the wrong way round. I carefully worked out that this has to be a 6 and then wrote in a 7. So that's a 6. That is on a 1. We're on the whisper line. Let's do this better now. Always striving for better. 2 or 3 there makes this cell a 9. It can't be 6 anymore. Now we've got a 4-6 pair there. Is that interesting? That can't be 9. It's normally good to limit the end cell on a thermo. Now, if that was 1, 2, 3, 4, what with 5, 9, and 6, both of these cells would have to be 7 and 8, and they can't be because of that. So this is not a 1, 2, 3, 4, all small thermo. So that's not 4. It is therefore 7 or 8. And the 6 in this column we can now place here. And the 4 in this column is in one of those cells, and that means this isn't a 4, it's a 3, and that means this is a 2. That doesn't determine this cell. But the 4 in this row now only has one place. Beautiful. That is beautiful. So that gets a 9 next to it. We worked quite hard on what happened here if 6, the other monogamous digit, went there and proved it couldn't. And now we find that 4 is the monogamous digit living at that address. So we get a 4 there, 9 there. This is low. It has to be 1. We can all do that. That makes this an 8. And we've finished the row with a 7 there. That 8 is giving us some other cells. I'm going too fast to keep up with the colouring. Let's slow down and keep up with the colouring. We like to colour. That is now low, so that's coloured as well. And in fact it's a 3. That makes this a 7. 7 is high. High 7. That's become an 8. That's been available for a while. That's a 3. The 3 is the low one. The 8 is the high. This must be known. I can see 4 highs in the column. So it's low and is 4. Not a 4 in the corner. Still 2 candidates though. 7, 5, 9, 6. Oh, the 7 has made that into an 8. Oh, these are both low now. 1, 2, 3, and 4 still to place in the column. One of those is a 4. These are from 1 to 8. The lower one can't be a 1. Now, haven't touched 2 more German whisper lines. So, oh, there's a 5 to go in this row? No, it could go there. These are from 2, 6, 7, 9. Let's just do some pencil marking. Now, if this is high, it's a 6. That's possible. That would make this a 1. If this is high, it is 6 or 7. So the low digit on this is a 1 or a 2, and that gives us a 1, 2, 6, 7, 9 quintuple in the box. Actually, we've got a 2, 3 pair there and a 1, 2 pair there. That's an X-wing on 2s. We can't have a 2 on this line. The low digit on this line is definitely a 1. Anyway, these other 3 cells in the box are 3, 4, and 5 in some order. I don't know the order. This is high, of course, and it's not 9 or 8, so that's 6 or 7, both of which have to appear in this group of cells. 9 is in one of those two. Four, 6, 5, 3, 7 is in one of these two as well. Okay, what's going on here then? Its high digit is either an 8 there or a 9 there, I reckon. And its low digit is 2, 3, or 4. And how that helps, I don't know. Oh, that can't be a 7. Just seen that. How is this puzzle not giving up? It really is holding out, isn't it? 1765. Right. I'm going to write in the pencil marks because I want some inspiration. I'm not getting it at the moment. No, still not. Oh, maybe there's a whisper to tidy up somewhere. That often happens in these puzzles. I just don't notice. Or even a thermo. No, not obviously there. I can't see that I've missed a whisper that's obvious. Those two could both be 2 or 3. That was the candidate place. I was really wondering about whether I'd missed something badly. It's still not easy. Okay, we'll rethink. That's 2, 3, or 9. Feels like there are a lot of restrictions in row 8 for some reason. But I'm not actually identifying what they're doing for me or at all. Okay, come on, think again. What have we got? 4, 5 pair there. 1, 2, 4, 8 in a quad here, in which 4 must be that side, 8 must be that side. 1's on the top somewhere, but 2 could be as well. 2 and 9 are in these cells, definitely. Now, is there something going on with pairs that there doesn't have to be a 6 there and a 6 there? Not quite. There's not only one place for 3 in there. I don't know what to do next. This is so surprising. We've got a 6 in one of those cells. 8 has to be in one of these two. I haven't seen that before. I don't know if it matters. If 8 is there, that's 9 and that's 4. So this is either 8 or 4. It can't be 2 or 3 anymore. Is that going to do something? It doesn't look like it is. If that was 4, that would be 4. That would be 4. That would be 4, and 4s would be fine. Wow. Is it this whisper? What's going on there? Is there a problem with it being one way round or the other? No, maybe this was interesting. 4 or 8 here. This can't be 4 anymore. Now, if I didn't think that that could be a 4, I could now definitively state that 4 was here. But I do still think that can be a 4, which is bad luck to me. My goodness, I'm really missing something here. That thermo is resolved. This one is basically resolved, however those digits turn out. They could be 1, 3... we've got that whisper that I haven't actually noticed in a long time, but that's effectively done. Wow, there's still a tough step to do. 6 is in one of those 3. So 6 is either there or there in column 7. Maybe this can't be 4, 9. Then that would be a 2, 3 pair, and that would be 8. Don't see the problem with that one. If that was 7, that would be 1. Yeah, one of these is definitely a 1, and that's pushing a 2 into one of those. One of those two, which is pushing a 3 into the other row there. So what you would end up with there is 1 and 3 in different rows in this box. So if that's a 1, that would have to be a 3. I think that's right, yeah. And if that was a 1, one of these two would be 3 instead. I can't see again, it's just not an issue. There's no problem with that. We need to find something there's a problem with, or some cell, there's some row or column, there's only one candidate in one of the cells, and I cannot find what it is. 5, 6, 8, 4, 3. That can't be a 3. There's only one place to put 3 in box 8. I'm so sorry that's taken so long. There's no explanation why, is there? I could have done that by that 1, 2, 4 triple as well. If this is going to tidy it up, I'm going to feel a right numpty. 5 is over there as well as 6. 9, 8, 3, 5, 6. So this is 1, 2, or 7. I don't think that has tidied it up. It was just something that I was able to do and didn't realize. 5, 6, 9, 8, 3, 4 in this row. Could be there or could be there. I'm beginning to feel it's all about this little whisper, and I can't see what the pitfalls on it are. So if that's 8, we've got 4, 9, 2, 3. If that's 8, well, I don't think we're as tidied up as we would be the other way round, unfortunately. So getting this 3 didn't actually do it for me. Maddening. That whisper. Some whisper somewhere. Whisper to me. Tell me what I'm not seeing. Good grief. I can't understand where we've got to on this puzzle. 4 is in one of those 3 cells. And one of those 2 in box 6. 9, 7, 8. Oh, come on, Mark. Okay, if that's a 1, that has to be 6. Then that's a 6, and that's a 6, and that's a 1, and that's a 2, and that's a 1, and I can't see why that goes wrong. Wow, this is when you feel an 11-year-old getting the better of you, and you start to worry. Just don't know the colours here. Ah, that can't be orange. It sees 6, 7, 8, 9. It also sees 1 and 4. Is that the sort of thing? 9, 8, 3, 1. I mean, I don't want to fully pencil mark this. Mind you, that's 2, 3, 7, or 9. Okay, let's see what this is. It can't be 9, 8, 3, or 1. I just don't think these are restricted enough to tell me anything about them. It's surprising that only came down to 3 possible digits though. 8 is in one of those cells, and one of those 2, and one of those 2. They're the last 8s that are remaining in the puzzle. Haven't missed a rule, just checking for that now. We've got to the stage where I really feel like I might have done. 1, 2, 7, or 9 there. This is a group of cells. These include 7 and 9. 3, 4, 6, 5. I mean, that's sort of obvious. Help me. Okay, I mean, that can't be a 2, 3, 9 triple because of that. That's not very interesting. 5 and 6 are there. 8 is there. One of those is 4. Oh, this cannot be meant to be this difficult. It really can't. Right, if that was a 4, we'd have 4, 2, 8. And then this would be 5, 6, 7. That would be 2, 3, 8. 5, 4, 1. If alternatively that's a 5, this is a 4. That's less prescriptive, unfortunately. 9, 8, 3, 1, 7, 6 and a 5. There must be some collocation between these. Oh, maybe it is something like that. Because if this is a 1, then there's a 1 in one of these cells. And if this is a 1, there's a 1 in one of these cells. 9, 1, 6, 7, 2, 4. Well, I mean, as you can see, I am really struggling here. I do not know what the dickens I'm looking for. 983, that's 1 or 2. We know that they're fixed. We've got the thermo going. We've got all of the whispers are done. They're right. 7 and 6 are both in those cells. So one of those is out here, just as there's a 7 or 6 there. I don't know, that almost comes to how many 6s and 7s can you fit in columns 8 and 9, but I don't think it proved it. Oh my goodness, I've got a 2 sitting there, looking at that cell. Deary me. Well, let's put a brave face on it and say at least we found it. 1 there, 2 there. Is that really going to do it? It just doesn't feel like enough still now. But look, a 2, 7, 9 set, looking up at the top, it is going to be enough, isn't it? I can begin to feel it. Now, we've got a 1 there, right, that puts 6 there. The whisper gives us 1 there. I mean, it is relatively straightforward. You just need to be less numptitious and more aware of your surroundings and what you're doing. Sorry, that's meant to be a full 7. 6 there. Deary me. 2, 7, 9. That is now at 3. That's 5. Ah, they're all going. Right, let's colour up to catch up. Oh, that's blue. Orange, 8, 7 and 6. There we go. And blue, orange. Okay, so now this has got to work now. 4 there comes out of that cell. Never mind that. We've got a 2, 4, 5 pair up there. 1, 3, 8, 9. 4 in this row. No. I mean, I'm not having that this is not going to have finished the puzzle when it did so much work so quickly. That can't be 6. 1 is now down here in the corner. Calculo probably doesn't know about our obsession with 3 in the corner. That is 2 or 7 by Sudoku, and that's a pair, and that's very useful. I mean, there's still a bit more to do then. That's 5 or 6. I mean, some people will have recorded much faster times than me, and I'm fine with that. Please do. Please enjoy the Sudoku, because that's what it's all about. And I really hope Calculos enjoyed the Sudoku and not been too annoyed at me botching it a bit down the bottom. So that is 2 or 7, and that's another 2, 7 pair. That can't be 2. This can't be 2 or 7. Now we've got a 3, 9 pair, and that has to be 8. Yes, it can't be 4. We could have asked where does 4 go in the box, and this is what we would have come up with. And it's a pattern that is making itself known. We still don't get 3 in the corner. 2 and 7, yes, we can do those now. That is a 2. That's 7 and 9. Right, let's colour up again because I've kind of committed to doing it Orange is there. Blue's at least there. Got a 3-7 pair. We do get a 3 in the corner. Calculate did know all about us and provided one. What a charming young man. This is not a 3. 7 has made this into a 6. That is a naked 5, which gets no colour. You deserve no colour. I give no colour to your compliments. That's become a 2. That's going to be an 8, I reckon. 8 and 2. That's a 5. This is the last cell to be coloured and to be filled in. And there we go. Shouldn't have taken me 38 minutes. I could probably have saved 10 minutes by seeing that 2, looking at that cell. It's the sort of thing that just freezes in your brain, though. Thank you for not shouting too loud to break your screen. And we'll be back with more tomorrow. Bye for now.